Plans for Black Ocean at Enhypen's upcoming performance spark major backlash. Alright, so the situation surrounding Enhypen just keeps escalating. What started as shock over Heeseung's sudden departure from the group has now turned into a series of protests from fans, and the latest idea circulating online is, let's just say, a pretty extreme one. Some fans are now proposing a Black Ocean protest during Enhypen's upcoming performance. And if you've been in the K-pop world long enough, you probably already know that the words Black Ocean carry a lot of weight. Because historically, those things are not exactly friendly. First, a quick recap for anyone who might have missed the earlier updates. On March 10th, it was officially announced that Heeseung would no longer be part of Enhypen. The news shocked a huge portion of the fandom, and reactions started almost immediately. Within a day, fans had already begun organizing protests in several different ways. Some people took to social media, expressing their frustration and confusion. Others sent protest trucks to HYBE's building, hoping to pressure the company into bringing him back. And some fans even showed up outside the HYBE building to make their voices heard in person. So clearly, emotions are running very high right now. But despite everything happening, Enhypen has continued with their scheduled activities. One of those activities is an upcoming performance at the Melbourne Festival on March 14th. However, it was also confirmed that Heeseung will not be attending that performance. And for some fans, that confirmation only made the situation feel more real and more upsetting, which is where the latest protest idea comes in. Online, some fans have started sharing plans for an in-person protest during the festival performance. One proposal being discussed is something called 7 minutes of silence. The idea is that after Enhypen performs 2 songs, fans in the audience would remain completely silent for a full minute. During that moment, people would reportedly put down their lightsticks and hold up the number 7 with their hands, referencing the group's original 7-member lineup. Now, technically, this isn't exactly the same as a traditional Black Ocean, but let's be honest, it's pretty close, because the point of a Black Ocean is to visibly withdraw fan support during a performance as a form of protest. And historically, those moments are usually reserved for the most serious controversies in K-pop. So the fact that this idea is even being suggested right now has sparked a lot of debate within the fandom, and not everyone is on board with it. In fact, many fans have spoken out strongly against the idea. Some people argue that a protest like this could end up hurting the remaining members of Enhypen, who are already in a difficult situation. Others say that protests targeting a live performance might cross a line, especially if the members themselves had nothing to do with the decision. Because at the end of the day, the members on stage are still the ones who would have to stand there and experience that moment. And that's where things get complicated. Now, for my personal take on this, honestly, this seems like a really bad idea. I completely understand why fans are upset. Losing a member, especially unexpectedly, can feel really emotional for a fandom. But organizing something like a Black Ocean during a performance puts the remaining members in an incredibly uncomfortable position. It basically turns their stage into a protest site, and that's not really fair to them. Because whether fans like it or not, the other members are not responsible for what happened. They're probably going through a difficult time themselves. Group changes like this are rarely easy for anyone involved. So having thousands of people suddenly go silent during your performance would probably feel pretty awful, and honestly pretty embarrassing. Another important point is that we still don't fully know why Heeseung left. If he genuinely made the decision himself, whether to pursue something different or focus on a solo path, then that's ultimately his choice. And if that's the case, fans protesting to force him back into the group might not really make sense. At the same time, if there's more to the story that fans don't know yet, then I understand why people are demanding answers. But directing that frustration toward the members still performing on stage probably isn't the best way to handle it. At the end of the day, everyone involved in this situation seems to be going through a lot right now. The fans are upset. The group is adjusting to a major change. And Heeseung himself is likely dealing with a huge life transition. So hopefully things calm down soon and people can figure out a way to support everyone involved without turning performances into protest zones. Because concerts are supposed to be about music, connection, and energy, not awkward moments of complete silence. But now I want to hear your thoughts. Do you think a Black Ocean-style protest at Enhypen's upcoming performance is justified? Or do you think it crosses the line and unfairly affects the remaining members? Let me know what you think in the comments. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.